B. How old are you? The. Pass the salt, please. In. My mum is sitting in the dining room. And. I'll be singing and dancing at the wedding. 2. Let's go to the cinema. Of. We only saw the last scene of the film. 4. These flowers are for you. You. Nice to meet you. On. Please leave the letters on the table. We. We are ready. By. I was bitten by a dog. Have. She has $1,000 in the bank. It. Don't blame me, it was not my fault. Or. You can have rice or chips with the chicken. I like you. At. I was waiting at the bus stop. All. We ate all the food. With. She went to the pub with her ex-boyfriend. They. They are my best friends. He. Don't ask Andrew, he's too busy to help you. This. Do you know this man? Not. We should not show it to the children. New. I have an old jacket and a new shirt. From. We're from London. That. Can you see that house behind the trees? But. I want to, but I can't. Do. What did you do last night? Use. Can I use your phone? Who? Who told you that? Itself. The cat licked itself all over. Other. She lived on the other side of the street. Page. He told us to open the book on page 45. What? What do you want? Year. She is 4 years old. News. I've got some good news for you. Yourselves. You can do that yourselves. Yours. This is our room and yours is upstairs. Yourself. Look at yourself, what's wrong with you? Out. He opened a suitcase and took out his shirts. As. He is as good as you are at using computers. May. It may rain tomorrow. Also. He is tired and he is also hungry. So. Where have you been? I was so worried. There. Is there anything for me? About. What are you talking about? Home. Please deliver the package to my home. Some idiot has broken the window. Will. They were forced to leave the house against their will. If the weather is good, we'll go for a walk. said. The said book became a tool in the hands of politicians. Into. The witch turned the princess into a swan. She. I think she's nice and pretty. No. There is no video signal. Ourselves. We bought ourselves a new flat. Our. We need to look after our children. Ours. Your house is much bigger than ours. Us. Some of us have forgotten about her birthday. Am. I have breakfast at 7 a.m. every day. Product. That shop offers a variety of products. Horse. I have never ridden a horse before. Make. His motto was to make love, not war. Need. Everyone has a need of love. Me. Come with me. My. I like my job. Myself. I made dinner myself. Game. The referee whistled and the game began. People. There were at least 200 people in the audience. See. Can you see me? His. George took off his jacket and sat down. Very. This is the very room we stayed in before. No. Do you know where my keys are? Movie. Mary Pickford was a famous star of the silent movies. Go. We go to the cinema every Saturday. Himself. He can be proud of himself. Him. Jenny, are you in love with him? Help. She was still too weak to walk without help. School. When I finish school, I want to be a doctor. Comment. Don't make any comments on my new haircut. Provide. We provided the room with air conditioning. Then. I made many mistakes, but I was young then. First. First of all, you should ask your parents for permission. Group. He was surrounded by a group of fans. Up. My room is up at the top of the house. Life. She's had a hard life. Would. Would not, wouldn't. Want. Do you really want to go? When. When did you first meet? Available. I'm afraid there are no seats available. Your. Is that your sister? An. This is a desk. The desk is heavy. Get. She got a lot of paintings from her uncle. Day. I spent the whole day waiting in the garden. Only. You have only yourselves to blame. Time. If it fails this time, we can try again. 1. My daughter is 1 year old. Like. It's like an orange but bigger. Health. I'm worried about my husband's health. Such. It's such a boring film. Which? Which country are you going to? City. I live in the west of the city. Free. After 20 years in prison, he was finally freed. Include. The price includes all costs. Over. There are clouds over the valley. Should. Should not, shouldn't. Any. Have you got any coffee? Name. What's your name? Report. I read that in a news report. Guide. He has experience as a tour guide. Event. The event is sponsored by the City Council. Detail. They wanted me to describe the robbery in detail. Add. Please add more spices to the cake. Story. His long boring story made me sleep. How? How are you? Member. You are not a member of the club, so you can't get in. Them. Can you see them? Theirs. It was his fault, not theirs. Their. No, I don't know their friends. Themselves. The present they bought is for themselves. Company. Which company do you work for? Technology. We are living in the age of technology. History. That was the worst disaster in human history. Good. He is a good husband and father. Then. Any is better than none. Here. What are you doing here? Come. She came home at 7 o'clock. Photo. I'll send you my photo. Each. Each day here is different. Before. I mentioned that problem before. Create. She creates wonderful meals from simple ingredients. Because. I can't go to the party because I'm working. It's. The child showed the teacher its drawing. Woman. Irregular plural, women. Think. I couldn't think of the name of that man anyhow. Family. I lived with my family until I was 21. Project. The system will be introduced after a pilot project. House. They have a house in the mountains. Special. Do I need special equipment for yoga? Community. Our community decided to build a new school. Human. Of course I make mistakes, I'm only human. High. How high is the Eiffel Tower? Start. Let's wait until the start of the conference and then go. Business. I'm in the entertainment business. Become. He became the president at the age of 45. Customer. We aim to offer good service to our customers. Place. This is a nice place for a picnic. Law. I won't take that money, it's against the law. World. He is the richest man in the world. These. How much are these shirts? Those. I know those girls sitting on the bench. Small. This car is too small for my family. Visit. He dropped by for a visit. Music. I like instrumental music better than vocal music. Real. I don't think that she's a real friend. Send. I'll send you a copy of this document. Area. It was a mountainous area. View. My father has strong views about politics. National. Beer is our national drink. Week. He is very busy this week. State. It is difficult to state how long it will take. Weather. What is the weather like today? Buy. Let's buy a new car. Student. Student is slow in learning English. Love. After their first date they knew that it was love. Same. I don't want this shirt, I have exactly the same one at home. Work. Bringing up children is hard work. Back. He wrote the date on the back of the photo. Through. We traveled through Europe last summer. To. We'll meet again in a day or two. Society. Language is a mirror of society. Plan. They drew up a 6-step plan. Design. He contributed to the design of a new instrument. Try. Have you ever tried to ride a motorbike? Look. She was looking at me and smiling. Location. The restaurant is in an inconvenient location. Book. I always read books when I travel on a train. Street. My address is 21 High Street, Oxford. General. I read the text quickly to get a general idea. Article. The newspaper article criticized the company. Main. Our main problem is that we don't have money. Join. Join these two parts so that they fit together. Country. I like traveling to foreign countries. Where? Where can I find some coffee? Team. Which team do you support? Right. You don't have a right to hurt anyone. War. Do you know anything about the Vietnam War? Email. I have received many emails today. During. She swims every day during the summer. Under. She used to hide her personal letters under the bed. Car. He needs a car to get to work. Food. The hotel food was good. Child. Irregular plural, children. Form. Was is the past form of be. Person. She is such a lovely person. Room. I'd like to book a room for two, please. Friend. Sarah has been my best friend since we were kids. Say. What are you trying to say? List. Have you prepared the guest list for your wedding? Man. Irregular plural, men. Great. The film was a great success. Language. During a job interview, your body language is very important. Government. The government announced another tax increase. End. December 31st is the end of the year. Last. When did you last see him? Offer. Do you have any new job offers? Office. He rented an office in the new building. PM. I finish work at 5 p.m. every day. American. She has been teaching American English for 20 years now. Phone. I talked to him on the phone. Order. The staff waited for orders from the central office. Night. It snowed all night. Against. We watched England play against France. Site. The site of the battle. Via. They flew to Barcelona via Berlin. Top. Put your books on top of the desk. Review. I read the book reviews in the newspaper. Standard. We don't accept this food because it is below our standards. Window. He looked out of the window. Policy. The government adopted a new policy on telecommunications. Part. The yolk is the yellow part in an egg. Welcome. I would like to welcome you to my blog. Film. 2 rolls of film, please. Keep. Can I keep my old stuffed animals? Require. Modern agriculture requires more mechanization. Problem. She and her husband are having problems. Water. Water covers 75% of the earth. Own. He owns 3 houses in Florida. Well. Your car radio works very well. Equipment. It's an essential piece of equipment. Never. He never wrote a letter to her. Both. I can write with both hands. South. A humid wind blew from the south. Management. The cafe is under new management. Today. So what are we doing today? Begin. What time does the film begin? Again. I don't like Paris, so I won't go there again. Education. He received no formal education. Example. Look at the example before you do the task. Hour. The job will take more than an hour. Feel. I feel well, thank you. Question. During the interview, there was a question about my training. While I was working in the factory, I also studied. Local. Both locals and visitors dine at this restaurant. Always. Whatever I say, he always disagrees. Change. The change of government had no impact on the economy. Road. There were many cars on the road. Give. I gave her my money. Word. How many English words do you know? Shall. Shall not, shan't. Tell. It's wrong to tell lies. Result. Do you know the results of the exam? Space. He took my parking space. Source. It is said that money is the source of all evil. Weather. We couldn't decide whether to go out or stay at home. Idea. It was not a good idea to go out so late. Map. The red lines on the map represent railways. Public. The public has a right to know about this. September. This term will begin in September. Full. My stomach is full after this large breakfast that we had. Even. I can't even think of it. Request. Further details are available on request. Down. My brothers came running down the stairs. Can. You'll need a can of tuna for this recipe. Type. This type of behavior is unacceptable. Fact. The fact is, people don't read anymore. Island. There is a small island in the middle of the lake. Important. His career is more important to him than his family. Case. It was a case of bad judgment. Best. North America has the world's best climate for wild grapes. Learn. We should learn from her. Please. These colors please the senses. Let. Her boss wouldn't let her attend the conference. Without. This application works without any problems. Science. The science of genetics is a recent development. Vote. The best way would be to take a vote on that matter. Personal. She hired a personal trainer. Play. He wrote several plays, but only one was produced on Broadway. Early. She went out early. Department. You'll find it in the toy department. North. The wind was blowing from the north. Condition. The car is in perfect condition. Found. This library was founded by my grandfather. University. He studies geography at university. Age. She looks so young that no one can guess her age. Why? Why did he do it? Discussion. Your proposals are still under discussion. Version. When will the new version of the software be available? Solution. There's no easy solution to this problem. Experience. I know that from experience. Month. December is the last month of the year. Opportunity. The holiday gave us the opportunity to visit Edinburgh. Information. I need more information to help you. Select. How to select the best wine. Sport. Volleyball is my favorite sport. Continue. We continued working until well past midnight. Different. His view of life is different from yours. Understand. I can never understand what she is trying to say. Seem. She seems to be sleeping. Now. Come here now. Ask. He had to ask directions several times. Course. On the course she received a thorough training. Old. How old are you? Often. I wish he would write more often. Since. I've lived here since I was born. Power. The head of the department has unlimited power. Date. What's the date today? Category. Users of the product fall into 4 main categories. Set. I forgot to set my alarm clock, so I was late for work today. Reserve. I prefer to keep some money in reserve in case I lose my job. Low. The temperature was too low to stay outdoors. Author. She is a famous horror author. Girl. The baby was a girl. Tax. The government has put up the tax on alcohol. Size. Do you have these shoes in a size 7? Ago. I was born 20 years ago. Card. He collected the cards and dealt them. Print. I want to see it in print. Style. I don't like the modern style of the skyscrapers. Content. He emptied the contents of his pockets. Artist. He was a famous artist in the 1960s. Radio. I always listen to the radio in the morning. Her. We bought her flowers. Herself. She can be proud of herself. Hers. This car is mine and that one is hers. Player. He is a skillful football player. Unite. The opposition parties united to oppose the bill. Possible. A breakthrough may be possible next year. 3. The villages are 3 miles apart. Hope. In spite of his troubles, he never gives up hope. River. The river flows to the sea. Able. She was able to program her computer. Answer. The answer to these questions was obvious. Town. I live in a small town, but I prefer big cities. Tour. I went on a tour to Egypt during summer. After. I go for a walk every day after work. Death. Her death came as a terrible shock. Serve. In my last job, I had to serve customers. Care. No medical care was required. Later. I'll see you later. Beach. We spent the whole day on the beach. Must. There must be a solution to this problem. Foot. Irregular plural, feet. Private. Who let you read my private correspondence? Die. She died from cancer. Range. He answered a range of questions. Soon. They got divorced soon after their marriage. Animal. The blue whale is the world's largest living animal. Win. He is a tennis player. This season he has had 3 wins. Strong. The rope was not strong enough, so used wire. Schedule. Everything went according to schedule. Another. Which? Another drink? Letter. He read her letter aloud to the rest of the family. Topic. It was a very sensitive topic. Action. Most of the action takes place in Berlin. Recent. Is it her most recent book? Studio. Painters usually have their studios in brightly lit places. Ever. Will you ever grow up? Drug. If you start taking drugs, you may soon be addicted. Picture. He loved drawing pictures. Within. They were trying to change the system from within. Show. Let me show you the garden. Among. I like being among friends. Entertainment. The entertainment forms include several plays and concerts. Holiday. We took a short holiday in Puerto Rico. Social. I had an active social life when I was at college. Simple. This exercise was really simple, so I did it really quickly. Fast. Everything is happening so fast. Edition. Which editions do you prefer, paperback or hardback? Property. That is my property. Kid. You can visit us with kids in our summer house. Along. We drove along admiring the view. Complete. The house took 2 years to complete. Popular. Tea is a popular drink in this country. Son. I bought my son a bike. Copyright. Who owns the copyright of the film? Already. Let's go. We're already late. Career. She realized that her career in archaeology was over. Court. His lawyer took an appeal to a higher court. Force. The force of explosion made everyone fall back. Collection. She has a wide stamp collection. Dog. The dog barked all night. Staff. Doesn't he pay his staff a lot? Choose. The jury will choose the winner. Useful. Why don't you learn a useful job instead of being an artist? Above. A bird flew above our heads. Traditional. Traditional customs are still observed among the villagers. Season. Summer is the season for strawberries. Contain. The museum contains a number of original works of art. Facility. I've just bought a cell phone with internet facility. Side. The left side of your brain controls verbal ability. Statement. His statement agrees with facts. Goal. He achieved his goal of being a millionaire. Legal. Is it legal to drink alcohol and ride a bicycle? I have blue eyes. Production. Production of ethanol doubled globally between 2000 and 2005. Here. Suddenly, I heard a strange noise in the kitchen. Summer. London is full of tourists in the summer. Seek. I don't know where to seek my hat. I must have lost it. Receive. How many letters did you receive? Everything. You're everything to me. Between. What is the difference between these two items? Song. He sang a sad song about love. Lead. Where does this road lead? Together. I know this guy. We went to school together. Station. I work in a local TV station. Meet. Let's meet on Tuesday. Chapter. For more information, see Chapter 9. Related. The discussion concerns immigration and related issues. Century. The church was built in the 13th century. Gift. The microwave oven is our wedding gift. Knowledge. Their knowledge is very basic. Tree. A cat climbed an oak tree and was afraid to come down. Speak. Can I speak to the manager, please? Young. He has to look after his younger brother. Watch. My brother likes watching birds. Police. Quick, call the police. Quote. He was quoting from a book. Turn. You should turn left at the crossroads. Body. Fever caused him to feel as if his whole body were on fire. Produce. We produce more cars than we can sell. Situation. I explain the situation. Mountain. I dream of climbing a high mountain such as Mont Blanc. Safety. Her parents fear for her safety. Improve. The editor improved the article with his changes. Method. That method hasn't worked, so let's try a way. Used. I can't get used to the fact that you're leaving. Parent. Being a parent can be hard work. Issue. We are going to discuss environmental issues. Away. He is far away. August. Tourism in Spain is at its peak in August. Increase. We are experiencing increase in unemployment. Enjoy. Do you enjoy going to the theater? Document. I can copy that document for you if you want. Energy. I'm not being lazy, I'm just saving my energy for later. Building. He lives in this building. Although. He decided to go, although I begged him not to. Far. How far is to the next post office? Guest. Among the guests were some famous actors. Analysis. We need a detailed analysis of this problem. Bring. I'll bring some wine and snacks to the party. Cause. They are trying to determine the cause of the crash. Note. Please note that this list may not be complete. Calendar. He hung a calendar on the wall. Additional. We need some additional dishes. Material. Clay is a very plastic material. Sex. He is terrified of the opposite sex. Recommend. I recommend this book to all parents of children with ADHD. Expect. I expect to see her next week. Political. Why do so few women enter political life? Return. Mary's abroad and I'm waiting for her return. January. Rosie's party was on January 6th. Happen. What is happening? Hand. He handed me a note and left. Restaurant. She is a waitress in a restaurant. Hide. Muslim women hide their faces behind a veil. Unique. People have unique fingerprints and iris patterns. April. He will come to see you on the 3rd of April. Golf. He won the golf match by 2 shots. Newsletter. I keep getting newsletters related to last-minute holidays. District. I've just met a governor of the district. Live. I live abroad, but I miss my country. Vacation. We get 2 weeks of vacation every summer. Earth. Can you see the Earth from the moon? Second. The earthquake lasted only a few seconds. Interest. I have an interest in music. Level. We provide a really high level of service. Variety. The lake has more than 20 varieties of fish. Anything. I can't see anything except the mist. Remember. Can you remember her phone number? King. The knight swore that he would be loyal to the king. Award. He criticized the award of compensation by the court. Actor. My favorite actor is Mel Gibson. Official. We were invited to attend the official opening. Trade. There is dynamic trade between the 2 countries. June. The International Children's Day is celebrated on June 1st. Step. There are 7 steps to a healthy home. Hot. Be careful, the plate is hot. Support. Can I get any support or advice to help me with this? Wedding. The wardrobe was a wedding present. Recommendation. I don't know what to choose. What's your recommendation? Magazine. I never read women's magazines because I don't like fashion. Mean. What does this word mean? Similar. Spanish is similar to Italian. Million. He won $5 million in a lottery. Supply. We were supplied with good water. Update. She asked me to send her regular updates on my progress. July. Children have summer holidays in July and August. Black. She wore black after her husband died. Meeting. The boss is having a meeting right now. Put. Put your things here. Operate. The bus services are operated by a single company. Hill. They love to roam the hills of West Virginia. Visitor. You have some visitors to see you. Church. I went to church for an evening mass. Left. Go to the left. Episode. She had 2 episodes of heavy drinking in the past month. Inside. The car is a mess inside. Act. An act of aggression. Party. We need someone with real vision to lead the party. Unless. So I'll see you tomorrow unless something changes. Feature. Generosity is one of his best features. Conference. They held a conference yesterday. White. Brides usually wear white. Modern. Do you care for modern music? Protect. We must protect our environment. Description. Can you write a description of your favorite book? Control. She's a good teacher who has control of her class. Benefit. Independence is just one of the benefits of having a car. Furniture. We need some new bedroom furniture. Valley. There was snow on the hilltops but not in the valley. Rather. Would you like to go out tonight? I'd rather not. Leader. He's the party leader. Until. It won't be ready until next week. Thank. I wanted to thank you for all you did for me. Plot. We discovered a plot against the Queen. Manufacturer. This company is a major manufacturer of umbrellas in England. Less. I have less money than a year ago because I spend more. Something. I think I've forgotten about something. Specific. Is there anything specific you want from the shops? Off. Jack got into his car and drove off. Sign. The cross was a sign of the worst torture one could suffer. Garden. I spent the whole day waiting in the garden. Green. Blue and yellow give green. Anyone. It could happen to anyone. Keeping. I left my jewels in the bank for keeping. Farm. He has a large farm. Nation. We are the nation of freedom. Bad. The movie was a bad choice. I didn't like it. Walk. After dinner we went for a walk. Natural. Is she a natural blonde? However. Do it however you like. Crew. A crew of 100 was looking after 400 passengers. Sun. The earth turns round the sun. Everyone. Where is everyone? East. The river flows through the city from east to west. Telephone. Bookings can be made by telephone. Publication. Publication of this report is impossible, it's confidential. Period. His English improved in a very short period of time. Light. There was no light in the room, so I couldn't see anything. Effort. He made an effort to translate the passage into Spanish. Lake. He threw a stone into the lake. 2. He's a really cool guy and he's nice too. Announce. The president announced war. Table. Put on the table. Open. Mary opened the car door. Describe. The police asked him to describe the criminal. Actually, no one actually saw the shark. October. The Oktoberfest is a festival held in Munich in October. A pond. He knew he could rely upon his friends. Study. The study of English literature. Thing. I did some bad things in my life. Park. There are laws that protect the wildlife in this park. Risk. The job involves a risk of injury. Adventure. Our trip to Kenya was a wonderful adventure. Move. Move this box to the right. Bed. The patient lay quietly on his bed. Thought. I had a thought that I had to do something. Red. He likes to drink red wine. Sea. The river flows to the sea. Advice. My best advice would be to book the ticket in advance. Trip. We went on a weekend trip to the seaside. Near. Is there a bank near here? Email. You can send scanned receipts by email. Professional. She's a professional dancer. Might. He might become prime minister one day. Especially. I like animals, especially cats. Either. You may have either book if you like. Teach. Currently she teaches French to both children and adults. Easy. It is not easy to teach teenagers. Hidden. He finally found the hidden treasure. Video. Let's hire a video and stay at home tonight. Museum. We went to the museum to see mummies. Ground. He dropped the wood on the ground. Accept. She accepted the gift. Agree. You're right, I agree with you. Star. We were talking and watching the stars all night. Probably. I'll probably be home by midnight. English. Do you speak English? Basic. The basic ingredient of spaghetti is pasta. Airport. Heathrow is the biggest airport in Britain. Metal. Metal, paper, and glass can be recycled. Perfect. I'm going to the UK to perfect my English. Search. I made a search on the internet and found your website. Council. The city council meets every Tuesday. Employee. He's our new employee. February. St. Valentine's Day is on February 14th. Central. It is the central cause of the problem. Someone. Someone tried to steal my wallet. Future. He is constantly worried about his future. Technique. We have developed a new technique for purifying the product. Strategy. This strategy could cause more problems than it solves. Address. The president gave an address to his supporters. Species. Irregular plural, species. Daily. The museum is open daily. Activity. I like outdoor activities such as cycling. 4. There are 4 wheels in a car. Machine. I got some chocolate from a vending machine. November. This office will open in November. Kill. This man killed several people when he tried to rob a bank. Forget. He forgot to give me the ticket, so I couldn't get in. Take. Take your umbrella with you. Art. It's a unique work of art. Listen. He should listen to his feelings. Term. What does the Latin term mater familias mean? Decide. We can't decide whether to invite him to a wedding or not. Resume. After a year we resume the negotiations. Heat. Cook the soup on a low heat. Football. Do you support your local football team? Digital. I've just bought a brand new digital camera. Point. He pointed to the empty parking space. Hold. Back for a moment, please. Membership. The club has a large membership. Attack. Attacks on women increased last year. Decision. I need to think about it. It's a big decision. Boat. We crossed the lake in a boat. Fall. There was a sharp fall in profits. Selection. There was a wide selection of products at that shop. Campaign. The advertising campaign was very successful. Hospital. He's in hospital recovering after the accident. December. Jill's birthday is in December, shortly before Christmas. Rate. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd rate this film a 6. Teacher. The musician gave thanks to his teacher. Discover. Christopher Columbus was the European who discovered America. Forecast. The sales forecast is very positive. Speed. What is the highest speed your car can reach? Believe. Do you believe in ghosts? Village. He lived in a little fishing village. Exist. She pretends that the problem doesn't exist. Baby. A little baby can't walk or talk. Else. She talks of little else but her daughter. Wife. Irregular plural, wives. Reason. I don't understand the reason why you went away. Ability. She didn't have the ability to say no. Role. What is the role of diet in the prevention of heart disease? Accord. The results are in accord with the predictions. Engine. Jane kept the engine running. Ticket. You can't get in without a ticket. Moment. I need one moment to get prepared. Finish. It was the finish of his life. Original. The sequel was better than the original. Sometimes. We all make mistakes sometimes. Grow. Her hair doesn't grow much anymore. Guitar. I like playing the guitar. Expert. She is a medical expert. Remain. Despite the incident, they remain good friends. Kind. What kind of book do you want? Notice. He escaped the notice of the police. Sky. We could see thousands of stars shining in the sky. Wall. We painted the walls blue. Interesting. There is an interesting article in today's paper. Worldwide. The corporation has offices in 61 countries worldwide. Fight. My girlfriend started a fight with me and kicked me. Sample. They looked at the blood samples under the microscope. Safe. This park is not safe, so I never go there. Lose. I've lost my passport and now I can't go abroad. Ready. I am ready to work. Credit. He was given credit for his work. Associate. The brand isn't usually associated with high quality. Election. It was the first democratic election after the war. Allow. I cannot allow you to see your exam. Committee. He is a member of a school committee. Winter. We have to wear woolen clothes in the cold winter. Though. Both seem good, though I'm not sure if I will buy either. Appear. He suddenly appeared at the wedding. Press. Press your thumb here, please. Focus. I think Dave likes to be the focus of attention. Post. Your post is on the table. 100. Many Japanese are more than 100 years old. Below. He looked down at the city far below. Breakfast. Today I had cereal for breakfast. Ship. We spent 2 months aboard ship. Stay. Did you enjoy your stay here? Bust. I have a bust of a Greek goddess in my office. Explain. Could you explain this rule to me? Reply. I asked them a question, but I didn't get a reply. Find. I can't find my glasses. Club. I had to give a speech to the press club. Achieve. Thanks to her persistence, she achieved her goal. Happy. He spent many happy days on the beach. Demand. What are the terrorist demands? Effect. Criticism has little effect on her. Late. I didn't call you because I got home late at night. Coast. We drove along the Pacific coast. Air. Open the windows and let some fresh air in. Industry. American industry uses computers to control production. Friday. I like Friday afternoon because it's when the weekend begins. Senior. As a senior judge, he deserves respect. Regional. It's a regional dialect spoken only in the mountains. Manage. Did you manage to sleep on the plane? Theory. In theory, their plan makes sense. Stop. She stopped outside the house. Lawyer. You should consult a lawyer before signing anything. President. She is Ireland's first woman president. Lady. That young lady over there would like to talk to you, sir. Secret. Tell anyone about it because it's only our secret. Door. He knocked on the door. Acclaimed. He's a famous author of many critically acclaimed novels. Feed. There will be 12 guests to feed, so we need much food. Relationship. I've got a very good relationship with my grandparents. Locate. Can you locate this village on the map? Single. I need 1 single day of rest. Weekend. Thank God it's Friday and almost weekend. Necessary. Just do what's necessary and then leave. Concept. It's hard to define the concept of love. Bird. Most birds can fly. Least. What countries have the least amount of snow? Save. I've managed to find all lost files save one. Effective. He's a really effective teacher. Adult. My 10-year-old son likes talking to adults. Means. Use whatever means you like but sell the product. Copy. She made a copy of the designer dress. Yet. It's not ready yet. Past. Forget the past and think about your future. Sit. Don't sit on this chair, it's wet. Forest. There are wolves in this forest. Electronic. She has a huge collection of electronic music. Partner. I want to get married soon, but my partner doesn't. Crime. He had a long record of crimes. Youth. The 15-year-old youth said that he never took drugs. Blood. He was badly shot and lost a lot of blood. Bar. Let's go to the bar and have a drink. Head. She kissed the top of her grandchild's head. Consider. We will have to consider your offer carefully. Relate. I cannot relate these two pieces of evidence. Sound. I heard the sound of music coming from his room. Drive. Can you drive a car? Chance. The holiday gave us the chance to visit New York. Entire. It was the biggest disappointment in my entire life. Face. Sooner or later you'll have to face the truth. Present. We will present our new products soon. Hard. The team played hard. Basis. Irregular plural basis. Saturday. Many Jews come to the synagogue on Saturday. Nice. It was such nice weather that we decided to go to the beach. Land. And they lived happily in a land far, far away. Call. There was a phone call for you. Tip. She gave me a very useful tips for cleaning cutlery. Release. The planes released bombs over the city. Cat. He thinks that black cats are unlucky. Festival. Easter is one of the main Christian festivals. Consult. The best solution would be to consult your local broker. Army. My son is in the army. Nor. This is neither a virus nor a Trojan. Association. He joined our association 2 years ago. Various. The MP3 player is available in various colors. Perhaps. Perhaps she will call tomorrow. Leave. I left my bag in the cinema. Hat. The wind blew my hat off. Submit. We have to submit our term papers until July. Blue. You've got blue eyes and you look good in blue. Install. We've just installed a new washing machine. Oil. Check the oil level in your car. Share. I share an office with the marketing director. Eat. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten anything today. Wish. I have a wish for early retirement. Mind. Another plan has formed in her mind. Perform. He performs his tasks effectively. Suggest. I suggest that you study the facts carefully. Creative. He is a very creative artist. His ideas always amaze me. Just. I've just seen Tom. Further. Let's not discuss it further now. Quickly. The rescue team arrived quickly. West. I live in the west of the city. Attempt. He made several attempts to repair the car. upside down. The box was lying on the floor upside down. Boy. The boys were playing football outside. Journal. He reads all the medical journals. Kitchen. My mum is making a pot of tea in the kitchen. Pain. The patient developed severe pain. Monday. I don't like Mondays. Prove. She proved to be right. Guy. Steve's a nice guy. I'm sure you're going to like him. Brother. My brother still lives with our parents. Key. I have lost my house keys. Rock. The ship hit the rock. Text. Lucy texted me to say she wouldn't come. Modify. The Parliament had to modify the bill before it was accepted. Newspaper. He read about this job in the newspaper. Self. The self is a key construct in several schools of psychology. Female. My fish is actually a female, not a male. Martial arts. He's interested in martial arts, particularly in karate. Global. Global warming will affect all of us. Piece. He designed a new piece of equipment. Advance. He listened for the advance of the troops. Chemical. Be careful, this is a really dangerous chemical. Fear. She shook with fear when she heard someone in the dark. Sheet. We covered our car with a large sheet of canvas. Lovely. It's such a lovely day, let's go for a walk. Muscle. The injury destroyed the muscles in his leg. Retirement. She receives a very small retirement pension. Genre. Horror is still a very popular literary genre. Toy. My parents used to buy me many toys to play with. Detect. They detected high levels of lead in drinking water. Brief. The Prime Minister made a brief visit to the factory. Kiss. Me and my friends always greet each other with a kiss. Defeat. After his defeat, the boxer decided to retire for good. Damage. The weather caused a lot of damage to the crops. Class. All the vegetables we sell are Class A. Religion. Islam is one of the most influential religions in the world. Camera. We couldn't take photos because we didn't have a camera. Performance. I took part in a school performance of Romeo and Juliet. Working day. Most people have an 8-hour working day. Limit. He was fined for exceeding the speed limit. Matter. It doesn't matter. Bite. This cake looks tasty. I think I'll have a bite. Likely. What is the most likely cause of the situation? Desire. I have no desire to move out. Science fiction. I read a science fiction book about aliens and cyborgs. Mobile phone. He called the police from his mobile phone. Stone. Your heart is made of stone. Potential. When she was a child, she showed great potential as a pianist. Television. The television is too loud. Turn the volume down. Industrial. They come from an industrial area. Alternative. What is the best alternative? Title. What is the title of his latest book? Carry. She always carries an umbrella. Visual. He presented his ideas in the form of visual images. Follow. Please follow the guide through the museum. Institute. The institute will invest $5 million in the project. Avoid. Her former friends avoid her now. Population. The population of Brazil is about 187 million people. Normal. Such behavior is normal at this age. Thursday. Today is Thursday. Recipe. Do you know a good recipe for a meatloaf? Camp. Let's go back to camp, it's getting dark. Refer. In her book she often refers to her first husband. Minimize. Click the symbol to minimize the window. Obtain. How did you obtain the visa? Reference. The book is full of references to his childhood. Western. Terrorism is a threat to the Western countries. Ice cream. If you are good, I'll buy you an ice cream. Difficult. Why is it so difficult for you to keep a secret? Peace. There's no peace for the wicked. Arrive. She arrived home at 7 o'clock. Define. All your responsibilities are defined by the contract. Technical. The violinist showed great technical brilliance. Compare. The article compares different laptops. Nearly. It's nearly midnight, let's go to bed. Radar. They saw a plane on the radar screen. Attorney. We need to find a good attorney to win this case. Hit. After 3 misses, she finally got a hit. Tuesday. Next Tuesday is his birthday. Generate. The new manager generated a lot of problems. Air conditioning. We should install air conditioning in our office. Violence. I was a victim of domestic violence. Planned. Don't forget to water the plants when I am away. Opinion. My opinion differs from yours. Cook. Unlike my sister, I am a terrible cook. Rental. What is the phone number to the car rental company? Guess. She works as an engineer in the oil and gas industry. League. Do you watch the football league games? Specialist. She's a specialist in Middle East affairs. Truth. Police have never discovered the truth behind the accident. Wednesday. I have an appointment for Wednesday. Archive. I'll put this photograph to our family archive. System. Our city has a complex system of underground tunnels. Rain. The game was cancelled because of rain. True. Is it true you are moving? Birth. What's your date of birth? Almost. I was so afraid that I almost died. Headline. All the tabloids use those catchy headlines. Promote. I am promoting the vegetarianism among my friends. Flower. I got a bunch of flowers for my birthday. Father. My father is a police officer. Concern. The safety of the ship is the captain's concern. Album. The album contained my parents' wedding photos. Daughter. This young girl is my daughter. Assist. Can you assist me with carrying the equipment? Planet. Is there life on other planets? Once. I have only met my neighbor once. Helpful. She's really helpful and generous. Beauty. He was captivated by her beauty. Whom? I met a man with whom I used to work. Aspect. What aspect of your work do you like most? Repair. You broke this radio, so you will have to pay for the repair. Fish. I've got a fishbone in my throat. Wonderful. It's such a wonderful song. I love it. Every. I go there every month. Ensure. They are trying to ensure safety of the competitors. Solve. Our problems won't solve themselves. Object. Look, what a strange object in the sky. Quick. He was quick to make friends. Front. How many hours do you spend in front of the TV? Wood. This table is made of wood. Sure. It's sure that my program has become better than before. Attend. She attends class regularly. Thus. We were young and thus optimistic. Particular. This particular color doesn't suit me. Making. Many famous actors were involved in the making of this movie. Steel. The ship was made of steel. Mode. Every company has its own mode of managing their finances. Slowly. Are we driving too slowly or too fast? Success. This book was a great success. Registration. Registration of a company can take up to 5 working days. Concert. He gave a concert at the Opera House. French. I can speak French because I was born in Paris. Accessory. She likes to wear many colorful accessories. Cast. The candle casts a warm light. Mother. She is a good wife and a devoted mother. 10. He had 10 hours of unbroken sleep. Bay. We decided to drop anchor in a beautiful bay. Ice. Americans like ice in their drinks. Contract. They signed a contract with another company. Wear. After her husband died, she wore black for 2 years. Sleep. I need 8 hours of sleep a night. Represent. What does this sign represent? Coffee. He ordered a cup of coffee at the cafe. Vehicle. We'll need to get a lorry or some other large vehicle. Dream. I had a dream about you last night. Shipping. The shipping route runs through the Baltic. Eastern. The eastern part of the region is very poor. Advanced. The school uses advanced teaching methods. Enhance. This will enhance a company's image. Stand. I saw him standing at the door. Frequently. I'm frequently asked for help. Tiny. This tiny girl weighs only 40 kilograms. Fill. Her eyes filled with tears. Involve. The changes will involve only senior workers. Throughout. He found the film very boring and yawned throughout. Distance. I could see the land in the distance. European. Not all Europeans are in favor of the European Union. Outdoor. We play badminton and other outdoor games. Born. I was born in Manchester. Online. It is much more convenient to book tickets online. Hair. She has a natural wave in her hair. Difference. There are many differences between jazz and rock. Instrument. Science has given us new instruments to fight disease. Significant. There was a significant rise in our salaries. Cool. I need some ice to cool the drinks. Explore. Scientists are exploring the nature of consciousness. Dance. Let's have another dance. It's the samba this time. Italian. He's an Italian living in Venice. Fine. I feel fine after the operation. Heart. It was so silent that I could hear my heart beating. Sister. I have a sister and 2 brothers. Electric. Is it best to learn on an acoustic or electric guitar? Influence. She used her parents' influence to get the job. Parking lot. We left our car at a parking lot near the bank. Cultural. He is a person of broad cultural interests. Advertisement. I don't like watching advertisements at the cinema. Resort. We hope to resolve the conflict without resort to force. Volunteer. We need an army of volunteers for this mission. Drink. I asked for a hot drink. Gun. The robber was pointing a gun at me. Monitor. They carefully monitor all the research projects. Extra. You need to put some extra effort to learn it well. Express. He expressed his concerns about his relationship. Essential. These are the essentials of the good life. Middle. Some noises woke me up in the middle of the night. Examine. The customs officer examined the baggage. Kingdom. The Kingdom of Denmark is ruled by Queen Margaret II. Cover. He pulled the covers over his head and went to sleep. Depend. Our decision depends on the cost of the journey. Lack. There is a serious lack of insight into the problem. Independent. It is an independent organization. Occur. Nothing occurred that seemed important. Inn. We stayed overnight at an inn. Beginning. He shouted and punched him, and it was just the beginning. Textile. We export silk, cotton, and other textiles. Handle. Handle the press reporters gently. Read. He could read when he was only 3. Approach. The hunter's approach frightened the birds. Duty. Cleaning your room is your only duty. Photography. She did fashion photography for the magazine. Establish. They have established a new department. Animation. They used computer animation in some scenes. Archives. We found this rare documentary in our film archives. Resource. The plan failed because it wasn't properly resourced. Collect. We've been out collecting signatures for our petition. Toward. He got up and moved toward me. Ride. We had an exciting ride down the hill. Edge. He hurt himself with the sharp edge of a knife. Acquainted. Were you acquainted with my sister, Lucy? Supplies. The refugees lack food, shelter, and medical supplies. Despite. Despite the weather, we had a wonderful picnic. Wooden. We were sitting on a wooden bench. Enterprise. He had doubts about the whole enterprise. Encourage. They were encouraging the use of computers in the classroom. Fuel. They developed alternative fuel for aircrafts. Post office. There is a post office next to our office building. Anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Weapon. He was licensed to carry a weapon. Coach. After the match, our coach told us that he was proud of us. Morning. I got up early this morning. Sing. Birds sing loudest in the early morning. Practice. It is their practice to give raises every year. Choice. Your choice of colors was unfortunate. 6. There are 6 players in a volleyball team. Route. Commuting isn't a problem as I live on a bus route. Assistance. He offered me assistance with the housework. Wait. I'll wait for you outside the office till 4 o'clock. Minute. How many minutes can fish live without water? Enemy. You are your own worst enemy. Previous. For several years previous to his death, he was blind. Comedy. He prefers comedies to tragedies. Customs. He was stopped at customs. Gain. What are the potential gains from expanding the company? Warn. The doctor warned me about the dangers of smoking. Average. She is about average in weight. Dry. The laundry dries in the sun. Emergency. He never knew what to do in an emergency. Permanent. I live here, but my permanent address is my parents' house. Biography. I'm reading a biography of Einstein. Expand. They expanded the house by adding another wing. Fiction. Books such as Harry Potter or Da Vinci Code are fiction. Egg. The yolk is the yellow part in an egg. Train. It's 6 hours by train to Berlin. Session. I have to organize a photo session for the models. Moon. The Earth, Sun and Moon are spheres. Audience. The audience applauded. Deliver. The speech he delivered was really touching. Gallery. They are planning to build a contemporary art gallery. Ball. The ball rolled into the room. Clean. Clean the kitchen after cooking. Flow. It was difficult to move against the flow of the water. Ring. The bells rang at noon. Exchange. There was an exchange of prisoners. Workshop. He was in the workshop repairing the car. Apply. Sometimes it is difficult to apply these ideas in practice. Glad. I'm glad you are here. Ocean. Strange creatures live in the depths of the ocean. 5. Each hand has 5 fingers and each foot has 5 toes. Indicate. The signs indicate the way to the main buildings. Cup. He put the cups on the table. Approve. She doesn't approve of drinking alcohol. Investigation. The investigation into his death continued for 5 years. Alone. I like living alone. Clothing. You have to wear protective clothing. Wind. The wind is blowing really hard. Journey. My friends went on a journey to China. Doctor. I felt so bad I went to see my doctor. Professor. My professor failed me because of my frequent absences. Justice. She has a very strong sense of justice. Rich. He has rich parents who buy him everything he wants. Certainly. She certainly is a hard worker. Floor. Don't leave your clothes on the floor. Actual. The actual temperature differed from the predicted one. Destroy. The birds were infected and had to be destroyed. Exactly. It's exactly 6 o'clock. Creation. Woman is the glory of creation. Brain. Come on, use your brain, it's easy. Factory. She works in a factory that makes electrical cables for cars. Judge. She is a bad judge of people. Baseball. I don't understand the rules of baseball. Master. He's a master at cooking all sorts of foods. Interested. I've always been interested in royal fashion. Tend. My computer tends to overheat if it's too hot. Progress. Our system still isn't perfect, but we're making progress. Leadership. The national leadership adopted his plan. Contribution. I am proud of my contribution to the project. Magic. Children love stories with magic, dwarfs and fairies. Spring. Tulip grows large brightly colored flower in spring. Healthy. I'm making a lot of effort to stay fit and healthy. Determine. The inquiry was to determine who had caused the accident. Interview. She likes reading interviews with famous actors. Fail. I tried to repair it but I failed. Mystery. What happened with my keys is a mystery to me. Cell. In this disease, the body makes too many blood cells. Worth. After another failure, she felt as though she had no worth. Indeed. It is very cold indeed. Cheat. He was cheating during the examination. Purpose. He said it was an accident, but I know he did it on purpose. Swimming pool. They jumped into the swimming pool. Proud. She is too proud to ask her parents for help. Straight. I think that you should go straight to bed. Soldier. The soldier was wounded in the neck. Raise. He raised his hand and said thank you. Improvement. Their improvements increased the value of the property. Score. The score of the match was 2-3. Physical. Ron's favorite physical activity is dog walking. Extremely. The book was extremely interesting. Dining room. We look at the lunch menu posted outside the dining room. Manufacture. Silicone is used in the manufacture of computers. Component. Jealousy was a component of his character. Extensive. The earthquake caused extensive damage to the town. Therefore. The shrimps were fresh and therefore very tasty. Terms. We're not on first-name terms and I always call him Mr. Jones. Theater. She has worked in the theater all her life. Discuss. We discussed our company budget. Documentation. Can I see any documentation of your achievements? Victory. Their victory was indisputable. Forward. The little cat took another step forward. Entry. The dictionary contains over 50,000 entries. Exciting. It was a really exciting film. Vision. Every woman has her own vision of the perfect wedding day. Onto. I saw him step onto the platform. Classical music. I prefer the classical music of Chopin to pop or rock. Decade. The 1990s were a decade of global political changes. Pro. I'm not pro-monarchy, although I like the Queen. Husband. In our family, both my husband and I work. Battle. It was his first victorious battle. Response. Their offer met with a very enthusiastic response. Photograph. I'll send you my photograph. Permission. Do you have permission for the music used in your film? Working. She is a working mother. Yellow. I love yellow. It's so bright and optimistic. Better. She's better at maths than at history. Dictionary. Take the dictionary to look up any new words. Chinese. Over 1 billion people speak Chinese. Birthday. Next Tuesday is his birthday. Poem. I used to write poems when I was a teenager. Environmental. They have estimated environmental risks to workers' health. Whose? Whose book is this? Smoke. Do you mind if I smoke? Grant. They granted him permission to take part in the competition. Clear. It's not clear to me. Highway. The best way to get to London is to drive down that highway. Wind up. The boy was playing with a wind-up toy car. Victim. The organization provides aid for famine victims. Nothing. Without the sun, nothing would grow. Certain. I set aside a certain sum each week. Snow. We couldn't ski because there was no snow. Synopsis. Irregular plural, synopsis. Voice. A singer takes good care of his voice. Rescue. Rescue came too late and they all died in the fire. Ignore. Ignore what I said last night, I was just angry. Push. She pushed against the wall with all her strength. Creek. If you get thirsty in the woods or mountains, find a creek. Electrical. He's an electrical engineer. Across. She looked across the room at the clock. Cottage. They lived in a little cottage. Recreation. Jogging is my favorite recreation. Prepare. I was preparing to leave town after I paid the hotel bill. Reach. We reached Oxford at 2 p.m. Delivery. If you order 2 pizzas, they offer free delivery. Dinner. Dinner will be at 8. Hero. Gandhi is my personal hero. Confirm. She phoned to confirm the meeting. Tournament. But for my injury, I would have won the tennis tournament. Automatically. He answered automatically. Affair. He had a lot of important affairs to take care of. Graduate. He's a maths graduate. Suppose. I suppose it's too late to see the doctor now. I can't even hear my thoughts. Impair. His vision was impaired. Lost. We had no information about the lost tourist. Endorse. He endorsed the new project. 7. Every week has 7 days. Shoot. Don't shoot, I'm unarmed. Cold. You don't seem to feel the cold. Reliable. The encyclopedia is a reliable source of information. Universe. They study the evolution of the universe. Seat. I was late, so they gave my seat to someone else. Availability. Could you check the availability of the tickets for tonight? Suddenly. I suddenly realized that I was standing on enemy land. Theme. I don't want to discuss this theme. Tale. It's an ancient tale which appears in several languages. Paint. He painted all day in the garden. Challenge. This job will be a real challenge for me as a teacher. Truck. We saw a long train of coal trucks. Contribute. She has contributed over £20,000 to the fund. Pop. Sometimes I pop to the shop, sometimes my boyfriend does. Prime. She was a prime candidate for promotion. Anniversary. The company celebrated its 50th anniversary. Slide. The car slid on ice. Dark. We lost the way in the dark. Strange. It's strange that you didn't pass that exam. Close. I live close to my parents and I see them almost every day. Fortune. It was as if fortune got at his hand. Truly. Unfortunately, it still isn't a truly democratic country. Instance. Instances of violence at the school are more and more common. Pretty. I've got small kids and my house is pretty messy. Prose. I don't listen to him when he proses about his boring job. Wildlife. We watched a documentary on rainforest wildlife. Proper. Everything is in its proper place. Propose. I propose that maybe we could try to find another solution. Vary. Her mood varies according to the weather. Diet. No chocolate for me, I'm on a diet. Campus. Freshmen usually live on campus. Cart. He used a cart to carry the goods to the grocery market. Temporary. We often hire temporary workers during the Christmas rush. Target. The airport is potentially the next terrorist target. Ranch. He works on a cattle ranch. Motion. The motion of the car makes me sleepy. Shoe. These shoes are too small, they will damage your feet. Opera. Carmen is my favorite opera. Heaven. This tropical island is heaven on earth. Leather. These shoes may still stretch as they are made of leather. Secure. Our salaries are secured by a special fund. Guard. He works as a prison guard. Delay. There will be a delay of 2 hours. Expertise. He prepared the meal with amazing expertise. Cross. Don't cross the road here, it's dangerous. Trademark. A bowler and cane were Charlie Chaplin's trademark. Combine. These colors combine well. Donate. She regularly donates blood. Faith. Don't lose your faith in God, my son. Fat. Teenagers often think they are too fat. Efficient. The new refrigerator is more energy efficient. Primary. Selfishness is a primary instinct of the human race. Apple. Which one do you prefer, an apple or an orange? Terror. People escaped in terror when they saw fire. Ideal. You're my ideal. Will you marry me? Permit. We'll go fishing tomorrow if weather permits. Piano. She accompanied him on the piano. Fire. Fire completely destroyed an old warehouse. Evening. We always go out on Friday evenings. Leg. After I walked 25 miles, I couldn't feel my legs. Employer. They asked her about reference from her former employer. Impact. The book had an important impact on my thinking. Treasure. I really treasure your friendship. Yesterday. Are you hungry? I have some pizza from yesterday. Sugar. I take no sugar in my coffee. Implementation. The agency was created for the implementation of the policy. Accurate. The measurements were very accurate. Line. He drew a line on the chart. Failure. Nobody knew the reason for his failure to pass the test. Surprise. What a nice surprise. Loss. He died through loss of blood. Bulletin. You can find that information in our latest bulletin. Basketball. We sat there watching a basketball match. Therapy. Speech therapy will help you correct your speech disorder. Seeing. The blind are devoid of the sensation of seeing. Serious. John never laughs. He is a serious person. Eventually. Eventually, she decided to leave her husband. Ban. I got a ban. I cannot access that forum anymore. Meal. You should eat 5 meals a day. Chief. Our chief problem is the lack of communication. Behind. I found this book behind the sofa. Winner. And the winner is. Injury. She suffered serious injuries in the accident. Regulation. There are new regulations on genetically modified food. Congest. The roads congested with cars. Poetry. I love the poetry of Walt Whitman. March. This term will begin on March 1st. Empty. She emptied her pockets, but all she had was a $1 note. Involved. Over 50 workers were involved in the project. Immediately. He answered immediately. Job. He has a well-paid job. Final. The final decision will be announced soon. Hate. I hate Mexican food. Weekly. Below are events that happen weekly every Saturday. Launch. The company plans the product launch in the nearest future. Garage. I'll just put the car in the garage. Solar. As this device uses solar energy, it is very cost-effective. Musician. James is a musician. He plays trombone in the city orchestra. Pass. We passed the point where the police car had parked. Arrest. He was arrested for drug possession. Introduction. The book is a useful introduction to British geology. Urban. Pollution is a serious problem in urban areas. Korean. Koreans are an ethnic group that speak the Korean language. Package. I need to send this package immediately. Attribute. This sentence is attributed to Shakespeare. Smile. I like your smile. Inform. Why has nobody informed me about the accident? Complex. It's a really complex issue. Leaf. The maple leaf is the emblem of Canada. Criminal. He is a dangerous criminal. Contractor. This company is one of our outside contractors. Canadian. John is a Canadian living in Toronto. Attention. The lecture requires your complete attention. Arm. Edwin put his arm round Susan. Combination. It is a result of a combination of many different factors. Multiple. He made multiple copies of the document. Imagine. Can you imagine him as the president? Otherwise. Take a taxi, otherwise you'll miss your flight. Record. I don't like my recorded voice. Build. They are building new houses in the center of town. Shore. The trail takes you to the shore of a lake. Experiment. Never repeat these experiments at home. Aware. I am aware of the difficulties. Accept. Everyone was invited to the party except me. Shut. They shut this factory 2 years ago. Historical. I don't like historical novels, but my mom loves them. Officer. An officer is responsible for the lives of his soldiers. Rural. We live in a rural area 60 miles away from the city. Desk. Martha is sitting at her desk writing letters. Hello. Hello, Kim, how are you? Pull. She opened a drawer with a gentle pull. Figure. This quote is for a woman's figure. Incredible. The book's plot is simply incredible. Rent. Minimum wage is not enough to pay the rent. Encyclopedia. I read about William Shakespeare in my encyclopedia. Symbol. What does the symbol mean? Conversation. My parents had a short conversation with the teacher. Bottom. There was his signature at the bottom of the document. Correct. Your answer to the question is correct. Wrong. My little son seems not to know right from wrong. Undergo. The whole industry is undergoing radical transformation. Tonight. Let's go out tonight. Pleasure. I take pleasure in reading. Detailed. He had a detailed plan of the robbery. Fresh. They never buy flowers that aren't fresh. Respect. After the incident, she lost all respect for him. Mirror. She smiled at herself in the mirror. Proposal. We all listened to her proposal. Russian. Russian is the most widely spoken of the Slavic languages. Ahead. The car moved ahead slowly. Danger. You are in danger. Harvest. It rained for the wheat harvest. Protein. You should go on a high-protein diet. Passenger. Airline passengers have faced long delays this week. Prince. Prince Charles is the son of Queen Elizabeth. Flash. The firecracker exploded in a flash of red light. Greek. Modern and ancient Greek are different. Medicine. He studied medicine and became a doctor. Bathroom. Every room in the hotel has a private bathroom. Importance. I hope you understand the importance of your task. Tremendous. He's got a tremendous talent. Contest. He won a dance contest. Solid. Ice is a solid form of water. None. This or none. False. Jim gave false testimony under oath. Sacred. This mountain is sacred to the local tribes. Severe. The severe winter killed all of our farm animals. Extreme. He carried the problem to extremes. Positive. My pregnancy is positive. We're going to have a baby. Earn. I don't earn much, so I can't buy a car. Race. I finished first in the race. Fairy tale. It sounds like a fairy tale. Lunch. What's for lunch? Forever. Nobody can live forever, you know? Prize. The prize was a free trip to Europe. Whole. There is a big hole in the road. Reveal. The artist pulled back a cover to reveal the sculpture. Fruit. My favorite fruit is strawberry. Christmas. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Farmer. The farmer was feeding the animals. Background. He always paints portraits against red background. Mouth. Don't talk with your mouth full. Monthly. We meet monthly to chat and play cards. Existing. The existing laws make it difficult to start a business. Guess. If I have to make a guess, I'd say she's 40. Competitive. He wants to improve his competitive position. Classic. A classic car is no longer produced but still very popular. Container. Store them in a sealable container. Athlete. She's a very talented athlete. Worship. The mosque is the Muslim place of worship. Skin. I sat in the sun and burnt my skin. Affect. Will the new rules affect me? Dangerous. Unemployment reached dangerous proportions. Installation. The telephone installation took only a few minutes. Aid. He couldn't walk without the aid of a cane. Welfare. Unemployment pay is one of the welfare benefits. Introduce. Alex, let me introduce you to my wife, Anne. Bet. Once you've chosen your horse, you can place a bet. Tool. You don't need any special tools to cut your grass. Employment. She has been looking for employment for a couple of months. Tourist. Thousands of tourists visit London every year. Leading. She's the country's leading poet. Milk. He drank up a glass of milk. Crowd. A crowd of protesters gathered in the main square. Shirt. This shirt looks nice with this tie. Perspective. The situation looked totally different from my perspective. Mistake. Her text was full of spelling mistakes. Familiar. There are familiar faces wherever I go. Experienced. He is a very experienced worker. Laugh. Why did you laugh when I fell down? It wasn't funny. Evaluate. How do you evaluate this project? Block. Get out of the way, don't block it. Worry. Lack of money can be a cause of worry. Climate. This region has a very mild climate. Fly. Birds learn to fly by instinct. Lower. After the fight, his lower lip was swollen. Best wishes. Please give my best wishes to your wife. Stream. I drank cold water straight from the stream. Prefer. Some people prefer camping to staying in hotels. Carefully. You must all listen carefully. Grade. We need high-grade oil. Taste. The melon had a delicious taste. Pick. How many mushrooms have you picked? Anonymous. We've received an anonymous donation of £100,000. Throw. A throw of over 52 meters won him the Olympic gold medal. Dedicate. She decided to dedicate her life to scientific research. Hurricane. The hurricane that hit South Carolina did serious damage. Ear. She had her ears pierced. Architect. He hired an architect to design his house. Apparently. Apparently, they decided to go somewhere else. Usual. Yesterday he came at the usual time. Tennis. Who's the winner of the tennis match? Bag. He put his shopping into a large bag. Owing to. Our flight has been cancelled owing to heavy rains. Entity. The two libraries are separate entities. Bend. Let's warm up with a few knee bends. Reporter. Our reporter was the first person on the scene. Exercise. The doctor recommended gentle exercise. Landscape. We were amazed at the beauty of the Scottish landscape. Fantasy. I often have fantasies that I'm a princess. African. Africans still face low life expectancy and poverty. Nearby. As I work nearby, I have been here for lunch a few times. Heavy. How heavy is it? Basket. Take a picnic basket and let's go. Entirely. The guests were entirely satisfied with the meal. Prison. Should people be put in prison for marijuana possession? Downtown. You can find that museum in the downtown. Native. Juan is a native of Puerto Rico. Champion. He is an Olympic champion. Appearance. She is always criticizing her husband's appearance. Load. The lorry was carrying a heavy load of sand. Rose. He gave me a bunch of red roses. Combat. It was a mortal combat as we killed all of our enemies. Horror. He was filled with horror at the bad news. Run down. The doctor said I look run down and should work less. Supreme. He showed supreme courage in the face of danger. Refuse. He refused to take part in our campaign. Direct. We took the direct train to the capital. Tooth. Irregular plural, teeth. Comfortable. Are you comfortable? Match. These two colors don't match. Chamber. The chambers of his heart were healthy. Glossary. I had to check the meaning of this term in the glossary. Clothes. She was refined in her choice of clothes. Eliminate. You should eliminate junk food from your diet. Arise. A crisis has arisen in the government. Assume. Let's assume that what he is saying is true. Impossible. It is impossible to please everyone. Ski. I had a small accident on a slope and broke one of my skis. Couple. A newly married couple lived next door. Computer. The information is stored on computer. Finger. He cut his finger with a knife. Affinity. He's got an affinity for maths and science. Blade. A sword with a steel blade. Label. The media have applied a controversial label to her works. Selected. I have a selected place where I park my car. Pattern. The frost made a beautiful pattern on the window. Visual arts. I'm more into visual arts than literature. Attract. This pianist attracts huge crowds. Chocolate. I prefer milk chocolate to dark chocolate. Appoint. She was appointed team manager. Meat. She gave some of the meat to the cat. Thin. The ice on the pond is too thin for skating. Explanation. The explanation was very simple. Praise. The author won praise for his latest novel. Spot. Suddenly, I spotted my neighbor in the crowd. Broad. He has broad shoulders because he works out a lot. Command. He gave a command to shoot. Physics. Albert Einstein received the 1921 Nobel Prize in Physics. Delayed. My flight was delayed because of the weather conditions. Pilot. The report says the accident was caused by pilot error. Palm. He was nervous and his palms were all sweaty. Clip. Just one more clip and the manicure is done. Tomorrow. We're going fishing tomorrow. Still life. Irregular plural, still lifes. Stuff. She stuffed the pillow with feathers. Appropriate. This film is not appropriate for children. Roof. The cat was on the roof and I couldn't get it down. Worn out. Let's do it tomorrow, I'm worn out. Zero. It was 5 degrees below zero last night. Talk show. Mostly women watch talk shows. Declare. The priest declared them man and wife. Bible. How to read the Bible every day, a guide for Catholics. Confidence. He is full of confidence. Approval. He gave the project his approval. Lay. Please lay this carpet on the floor. File. Please find Mr. Jones' file, dear. Adopt. She adopted the Jewish faith. Internet. I found this information on the internet. Profile. I have a big nose, so I don't like my profile. Gather. A crowd gathered to watch the parade. Hence. The vegetables were fresh and hence satisfactory. Defend. He could not defend himself against the offenders. Common. It's common for teenagers to feel misunderstood. Precision. The watchmaker does his job with great precision. Spiritual. He is the spiritual leader of the sect. Blend. This tea is a blend of the finest leaves. Exceed. She exceeded our expectations. Domestic. Domestic sales are down. Admit. He admitted there were production problems. Intend. They intend to go to Croatia next year. Joy. She wept for joy when she heard the news. Photographer. Did you have a photographer at your wedding? Laser. The device uses a laser to melt metals. Ray. Rays of light filter through the thick curtains. Enforcement. Better law enforcement is required. Incident. He claims it was an isolated incident. Layer. Let the paint dry completely before applying another layer. Pet. My daughter keeps a rabbit as a pet. Pump. We need a pump to blow up our air mattress. Sword. The opponents were fighting with swords. Center. The cathedral is in the center of town. Bottle. We bought a bottle of wine and went home. Territory. Hong Kong has been Chinese territory since 1997. Bone. The bone in your leg is broken in 2 places. Incorporate. She incorporated his suggestions into her proposal. Trust. The doctor-patient relationship is based on trust. Wave. She waved at me and I waved back. Specify. Dear students, specify the functions of human heart, please. Utmost. Increasing our sales is the matter of the utmost importance. Expectation. The results were below expectations. Poster. A poster advertised the coming attractions. Treat. Treat him with caution, please. Household. I grew up in a warm and loving household. Message. She left me a message that she needed more information. Dispute. I don't think we will ever settle the dispute. Corner. The children were whispering in the corner. Direction. I think we are walking in the wrong direction. Depth. Do you know the exact depth of this swimming pool? Wisdom. My grandma is a woman of great wisdom. Accuse. Don't accuse me, it wasn't my fault. Quiet. Ask him to keep quiet, not to wake the baby. Amaze. He amazed everyone by leaving the country all of a sudden. Talent. He's got a talent for singing and dancing. Sin. He asked God to forgive him his sins. Princess. Princess Anne is the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth. Certified. Dorothy Williams is a certified ASL teacher. Track. Interpol said the suspect was tracked to Thailand. Integration. Racial integration is sometimes very hard to achieve. Accident. He was injured in a car accident. Senator. How many senators are elected to the Senate? Towards. It started raining towards the noon. Definitely. That car is definitely too expensive for us. Gold. He won a gold medal in the competition. Acquire. She acquired a new painting. Item. Several items were damaged during transportation. Shortage. There is a shortage of water in many African countries. Origin. He lives in the United Kingdom but he is of Spanish origin. Southwest. SW is an abbreviation of Southwest. Australian. She's an Australian living in Canberra. Poor. The rich should share their wealth with the poor. Advise. I advised her about the regulations. CD player. I must buy a CD player to my car. Oppose. The senator said he would oppose the bill. Grove. There was a small grove of olive trees near the house. Unable. The project failed because we were unable to obtain funds. Suspect. She is the prime suspect in this case. Orange. I love orange and often wear it. Singer. I know the song, but I don't know the singer. Path. They cleared a path through the jungle. Tall. He is tall enough to play basketball or volleyball. Poet. Alfred Tennyson was a famous English poet. Willing. It's good to have such willing workers. Situate. During a job interview, I situated my hands on my knees. Diverse. Mike's a person of diverse talents. Neck. A giraffe has a long neck. Tea. We have tea at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Elect. We elected him chairman of the board. Hot dog. Stephen ate the hot dog in 3 big bites. Funny. It's not funny. Cabinet. You are looking for should be in this cabinet. Stadium. We went to the stadium to watch a football match. Context. I can't translate this word out of its context. Compete. How many runners will be competing today? Amendment. The book needed several amendments. Utterly. She looked utterly miserable the last time I met her. Canon. The building is a fine example of the neoclassical canon. Accompany. The disease is usually accompanied by headache. Toilet. The sewer in the toilet was blocked. Communicate. They usually communicate by email. Long-term. She has a long-term insurance policy for 15 years. Customer services. If the equipment doesn't work, call customer services. Brochure. Can I take those brochures to learn more at home? Consent. She took the car without my consent. Chair. She was sitting on a chair in the kitchen. Hint. Did she give you any hints about where she was going? Merely. Don't get angry, I was merely asking. Organic. Plastics contain organic chemicals. Moral. He's a moral and honest man. Root. The roots of this tree grow quite fast. Paper. Write it down on a piece of paper. Instructor. She's my driving instructor. Anyway. Anyway, enough of that. Lane. They live down a peaceful country lane. Stores. We have enough stores of wood to survive the whole winter. Strategic. Gibraltar was of great strategic importance. Video camera. He borrowed a video camera and filmed the birthday party. Assessment. I'm not sure if it's the right assessment of the situation. Pack. Pack the books into the boxes. Restrict. They want to restrict the sale of firearms. Companion. She is my traveling companion. Doctrine. The military doctrine meant everything for the old veteran. Invent. It's all true, I didn't invent the story. Ordinary. It was another ordinary day, nothing special happened. Attitude. He had the attitude that work was fun. Acknowledge. You need to acknowledge her effort, she helped us a lot. Charge. The bear charged at her at full speed. Bell. We were eating and talking when we heard the bell. Qualify. Our football team didn't qualify for the World Cup. Omission. The article contained some serious errors and omissions. Pocket. He put his hands in the pockets. Pink. The sunset has colored the sky with pink. Engage. They engaged in a discussion. Lucky. He's a lucky man to have a lovely and educated woman. Instinct. A newborn child suckles the mother's breast by instinct. Consideration. After some consideration, she decided to buy the car. Neither. She can't drive, neither can he. Orchestra. She played the cello in the school orchestra. Wrath. He knew this would incur his parents' wrath. Carpet. Lay a new carpet in our bedroom. Sunday. I got up at 10 last Sunday. Joke. He told a very funny joke. Torture. Waiting for the test results must be torture for you. Scholar. He's one of the most famous Hebrew scholars. Turkey. We always have roast turkey for Christmas. Besides. Besides money, we have got everything that we need. Amazing. It's amazing how annoying he can be. Acrobat. The children were thrilled with the acrobat's performance. Framework. We need a conceptual framework for future research. Fame. Her worldwide fame brought her a lot of money. Lie. Rome lies only a few miles from the sea. Courtesy. You could at least have the courtesy to say thank you. Mine. Working in a mine is a tough and dirty job. Bread. I bought some bread for sandwiches. Flight. How was your flight? Pressure. The alarm is activated by the lightest pressure. Scheme. He has a crazy scheme for getting rich before he's 20. Circumstance. Under no circumstances should you enter the building. Caribbean. Cuba is the largest Caribbean island. Wheel. Cars have 4 wheels and bicycles have 2 wheels. Hi. Hi, how are you? Cheese. Would you like a slice of cheese with your bread? MRS. Good morning, Mrs. Jones. Removal. He had surgery for the removal of a tumor. Nurse. The nurse took a sample of my blood for tests. Conflict. There was a lot of conflict between him and his father. Steal. He stole money from the till. Married. I'm a married woman, I can't go out with you. Constitute. This sum constitutes my entire income for a year. Destruction. We are trying to save the building from destruction. Reduction. The shop has announced huge price reductions. Spectrum. Irregular plural, spectra. Identity. Many teenagers experience identity crisis. Round. She's beginning to get wrinkles round her eyes. Lamp. The lamp needs a 100-watt bulb. Suffer. Our baseball team suffered a crushing defeat last Sunday. Drawing. My little brother's drawings are pinned on the fridge. Swim. I can't swim. Sentence. What does this sentence mean? Flood. The flood caused a lot of damage in the farming. Commitment. Her commitment to teaching is amazing. Emerge. Suddenly, the boss emerged from his office. Asian. Many restaurants and bars in London are run by Asians. Blame. Don't blame me, it's not my fault. Illness. He was absent from work because of illness. Sir. Sir, you dropped your car keys. Fraud. There has been a fraud with your credit card. Bibliography. Should I number the items in my bibliography? Affordable. We are trying to find an affordable hotel in Lisbon. Deny. Jim denied drinking during the party. Develop. The country developed into a superpower. Fundamental. This regime has no respect for fundamental human rights. Curriculum. Irregular plural, curricula, curriculums. Whatever. I am ready to pay whatever price they ask. Box. I ordered 3 boxes of cookies. Herd. She saw a herd of gazelles running through the savannah. Transition. The transition from a girl to a woman can be very stormy. Funeral. The funeral will take place at the local cemetery. Guys. Hey guys, wait for me. Circle. The plane circled the airport before landing. Candle. Could you light a candle? Entrance. He was waiting for me at the entrance to the cafe. Psychology. I study child psychology. Lawn. He never mows the lawn. Conduct. He has conducted the symphony orchestra for years. Gas station. Excuse me, where is the nearest gas station? Lecture. He attended a lecture on molecular biology. Argue. The minister argued that costs must be reduced. Possess. I don't possess a mobile phone and don't want one actually. Kick. He gave the ball a powerful kick. Tower. The Eiffel Tower is over 300 meters tall. Tomato. Most tomatoes are red when ripe, but some kinds are yellow. Mixed up. He got mixed up in drug smuggling. Classroom. There are 8 students in the classroom. Convenient. The bank has convenient opening hours. Commander. A commander is a high-ranked officer in the Navy. Understanding. Understanding comes from experience. Israeli. She's an Israeli living in Tel Aviv. Symptom. Fever and shivering are the common symptoms of flu. Trail. My team was trailing by 2 goals to 1. Position. I was unable to position this lens correctly. Transcript. Where's the transcript from the interrogation? Custom. He has an annoying custom of singing along with the radio. Bake. You must bake the cake at 150 degrees for 45 minutes. Vengeance. She took vengeance on her despotic husband. Inertia. He had to overcome his inertia and get back to work. Seriously. We have to talk seriously about your smoking habit. Hourly. Hourly, I grew stronger and stronger. Recruit. Fresh recruits will be sent to London for training. Prisoner. The prisoner was convicted of robbery. Timber. He sells timber, mainly oak and spruce. Steam. Water is changed into steam by heat and into ice by cold. Racing. I love horses, but I am not interested in horse racing. Jewish. Judaism is the traditional religion of the Jewish nation. Alive. The nerve is no longer alive. Everywhere. We can go everywhere we want. Adapt. We need to adapt our program to the new operating system. Alumnus. Irregular plural, alumni. Initial. My initial enthusiasm was soon replaced by disappointment. Retain. This soil retains water. Absolute. There was absolute silence in the room. Exceptional. He's an exceptional student. Puzzle. There was still one thing that puzzled her. Eligible. You are not eligible for early retirement. Emotion. My mother was overcome with emotion and burst into tears. Spare. I will spare you the trouble and do it myself. Hunt. Cats like to hunt mice and birds. Applicable. The offer is only applicable to transactions exceeding £50. Exam. The exam results will be announced on Wednesday. Celebration. This calls for a celebration. Midnight. It's midnight. Happy New Year. Awareness. He had no awareness of his mistakes. Admission. Admission to the conference is by ticket only. Culture. She's interested in Eastern culture. Application. A novel application of electronics to medical diagnosis. Silver. We won the second place and a silver medal. Formal. Do you think I should wear a formal dress for that party? Somewhere. Let's go somewhere else. Accomplish. After several months they managed to accomplish the task. Comfort. That information gave her some comfort. Agricultural. Modern agricultural methods change farming into a business. Comprise. The group is comprised mainly of older people. Screen. Suddenly the screen went blank. Trying. It was a long and trying day. Crisis. They went bankrupt during the economic crisis. Seed. Sow the seeds in pots. Day off. I've been working so hard recently, I need a day off. Verify. Please verify that the doors are closed. Costume. He was dressed in a clown costume. Congregation. A congregation of children pleaded for his autograph. Grass. I walked across the grass. Slave. I'm not going to clean your room, I'm not your slave. Refugee. Thousands of refugees were crossing the border. Disappear. My car disappeared from the car park while I was shopping. Reward. The best thing in this job are great financial rewards. Lifestyle. My lifestyle isn't very healthy, I smoke and drink too much. Allege. They allege that the police forced them to sign. Jury. The jury found the defendant guilty of murder. Alter. The discussion has altered my thinking about that issue. Accuracy. The accuracy of this estimation is limited. Slow. He is slow in learning English. Chain. The chain of events led to regaining independence. Cure. There is still no cure for this disease. Shock. The news of the low sales figures came as a shock. Recognize. Are French medical qualifications recognized in the USA? Text message. Paul sent a text message to say he'd be late. Bright. The sun was bright and hot. Cruise. They took a Mediterranean cruise from Spain to Turkey. Afternoon. We have tea at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Hell. Oh hell, I forgot to take my credit card. Offering. Our company announces new offerings for investors. Concerning. I've had a letter from the company concerning my claim. Rely. He's a good man one can rely on. Predict. I predicted the ending of the film, but I still liked it. Injure. Several people were badly injured in the accident. Airline. Which airline did you choose? Bear. They said they saw a bear in the mountains. Rider. The rider fell off her horse and twisted her ankle. Jump. She was afraid to jump over the river. Contemporary. Contemporary medicine is highly developed. By accident. I found this restaurant by accident. Fairly. He is fairly clever with computers. Click. He clicked on the light. Phenomenon. Irregular plural, phenomena. Workplace. The employer provides washing facilities in the workplace. Aim. His aim was to become a doctor. Cooking. Cooking can be a great art. Impressive. The new museum is really impressive. Outcome. The outcome of the election was a big surprise to me. Guilty. The jury found the men guilty of murder. Dancer. Jim's the best dancer in my class. Havoc. The bombers wreaked havoc on the city. Infant. The painting depicts a mother suckling an infant. Dust. I blew the dust off the books. Mechanical. The flight was delayed due to mechanical failure. Collie. Try not to collie your clothes when you play outside. Butter. She spread some butter over a slice of bread. Myth. Germanic myths and legends are full of violence. Adobe. People in this African village live in adobe huts. Survival. The doctors didn't give him any chance of survival. Tough. The company faces tough competition. Vital. His task is absolutely vital. Tear. She tore the letter into pieces. Painting. He bought the painting as an investment. Convenience. She missed the convenience of living in the city center. Torment. The exam session was a torment for me. Tent. It isn't great living in a tent during the winter. Behold. It was an incredible view to behold. Actress. She won an Oscar for the Best Actress. Barrier. It is time to remove all the barriers and finally feel free. Administrator. He is a school administrator. Belt. I think I'll have to loosen my belt. I've eaten too much. Cry. He gave a cry of triumph. Laptop. Laptops are more convenient than traditional PCs. Dutch. Dutch is quite similar to German. Thread. I need a needle and a thread to patch the hole. Sunny. It is sunny today. Mood. Leave me alone, I'm in no mood for talking. Attractive. She is a very attractive woman. Equivalent. Please send £2 or the equivalent in stamps. Suit. This wool suit is very expensive. Mark. She marked the parcel with the word antique. Collector. She is a stamp collector. Scholarship. She won a scholarship to Oxford University. Chicken. In Battery Farms, chickens are kept in cages. Coffee shop. There were many lovely coffee shops in the street. Committed. He is one of the most committed church members. Fix. Can you fix that shelf to the wall, please? Reject. The journal rejected the student's paper. Consultation. He had frequent consultations with his lawyer. Gene. The disease is controlled by a single gene. Antenna. Irregular plural, antennae. Taken. Her gesture was taken as a consent. Magnetic. Jupiter has a powerful magnetic field. Repeat. Could you repeat? Garment. The shop sells garments for pregnant women. Productivity. How can we increase the productivity of the factory? Documentary. The film crew is making a documentary about local artists. Prepared. The speaker read a prepared speech. Assistant. They hired another assistant to finish the work. Shape. Will you help me make a cake in the shape of a heart? Exclusively. He works for Mr. Smith exclusively. Enter. I entered the room, but nobody was there. Fourth. Day 4th. I've never taken drugs again. Glasses. You need a new pair of glasses. Gospel. He read a fragment from the Gospel according to St. Mark. Connect. Can you connect the speakers to the CD player? Wage. He works for a new employer now and earns a good wage. Lesson. I can't meet you at 5 because I have a piano lesson. Dad. He lives with her mom and dad. Sauce. We ate herring in mustard sauce. Counsel. You should have listened to your mother's counsel. Pleasant. I had a pleasant hot bath. Dimension. Do you know the exact dimensions of this place? Medieval. These vegetables were brought to Europe in medieval times. Investigate. This study investigates the effects of using pesticides. Continuous. We were driving along a continuous row of houses. Verse. His anthology of verse was a bestseller. Colleague. The surgeon consulted his colleagues. Transmission. I watched a live transmission of the match. Run. Every day I go on a 3-kilometer run in the forest. Unlimited. The Internet offers unlimited access to information. Induce. The pills often induce headaches. Bee. I was stung by a bee when I was in the garden. Overcome. The worst competitor somehow overcame the favorite. Initiative. Don't call me every 15 minutes, use your initiative. Sad. His sad story touched our hearts. Distinguish. We distinguish several kinds of octopus. Gadget. It's a very useful gadget for separating yolks from whites. Chase. Last night I took part in an illegal car chase. Journalist. The famous singer has given interview to our journalist. Optical. The new optical instruments are very precise. Outdoors. Shall we have the party indoors or outdoors? Potato. The potato is a vegetable, not a fruit. Ultimately. He tried really hard but ultimately he had to give in. Onion. I don't like the taste of onion. Creature. The reef is a place of living for many amazing creatures. Division. The division of this book into 12 chapters was a good idea. Jurisdiction. It doesn't lie within my jurisdiction. Pioneer. Dr. Smith is a pioneer of modern heart transplantation. Recovery. What are the chances of economic recovery after the war? Discipline. Working from home needs a lot of discipline. Tribute. Black armband expressed tribute to his late grandmother. Acid. Vinegar is an example of acid. Haven. This country is a haven for people in need. Dominate. The church dominates the town. Relax. After work he relaxed on his sofa. Wash. I must wash my hands before dinner. Chest. The victim was shot in the chest. Voltage. Don't mess with the high voltage cable. Lyrics. Who wrote the lyrics to this song? Luck. Good luck. Commit. He committed that terrible crime. Humanity. He's a good man of deep humanity. Appreciate. I really appreciate your help. Chemistry. I was always poor at chemistry. Break. Someone has broken the window. Hurt. This exercise will hurt your back. Mexican. Do the Mexicans wear sombreros? Monkey. The monkey was eating a banana. Salad. Salads are good for you. Barn. We keep the hay in the barn. Fit. This jacket doesn't fit me. Childhood. I had a really cheerful childhood. Autumn. The leaves turn yellow in autumn. Oven. Bake it in a hot oven for 10 minutes. Afraid. I'm afraid of spiders. Abroad. My brother wants to study abroad. Beat. This piece has a fast beat. Irish. How many Irish live in Belfast? Horizon. Suddenly, we saw a ship on the horizon. Goat. His uncle keeps goats in the backyard. Alarm clock. Could you set the alarm clock, please? Complain. My mother complains all day. Genius. Picasso was an artistic genius. Soup. This soup tastes of chicken. Rail. He leaned against the rail. Beverage. Beer is my favorite beverage. Divorce. Many young marriages end in divorce. Intelligent. She is highly intelligent. Somehow. Somehow he managed to run away. Shower. Can I use the shower? Invitation. She threw the invitation away. Busy. I'm busy in the kitchen. Plastic. Most buttons are made of plastic. Soil. Can a plant grow without soil? Sweet. This food tastes a bit sweet. Flu. I can't go, I got flu. Remind. Remind me to call my mum. Rabbit. The dogs found the trail of the rabbit. 9. She wears a size 9. Shoulder. The bullet wounded his shoulder. Flesh. Cannibals eat human flesh. Pray. We went to church to pray. Exact. What is your exact problem? Charter. The boats are for charter. Shelf. The book is on the top shelf. Cloth. The curtains are made of light cloth. Productive. How productive is your staff? Thick. The castle walls are very thick. Sink. The ship began to sink. Spokesman. Irregular plural, spokesman. Habit. His smoking soon became a habit. Confident. He gave a confident reply. Soap opera. I never watch soap operas. Gossip. The divorce caused much gossip. Swimming. I go swimming twice a week. Purple. Queens and kings wear purple. Nobody. Nobody has answered my question. Rotten. The sting came from rotten meat. Deal. They made a deal to sell their flat. Swallow. She downed her drink in one swallow. Belong. This book belongs to me. Lemon. Do you drink tea with lemon? 20. Babies have 20 milk teeth. Organ. The heart is an internal organ. Theft. He was charged with car theft. Adequate. The food wasn't adequate. Hall. The school has a new sports hall. Rival. The athlete had respect for his rivals. Bath. Take a bath and go to bed. Shelter. They all hid in an air raid shelter. Extend. The war extended over 5 years. Manager. I'd like to speak to your manager. Smell. I the smell of fresh bread. Classical. He studied classical literature. Verb. Can is a modal verb. Tunnel. The train came out of the tunnel. Cruel. He was a cruel ruler. Wool. Wool is made of fur of sheep. Gentleman. Irregular plural, gentleman. 12. 1 year has 12 months. Cable. What is the length of cable? Arrival. They awaited her arrival. Glass. Plain glass is transparent. Patriot. Not all soldiers are patriots. Excite. The play excited the audience. Hobby. What are your hobbies? Thief. Irregular plural, thieves. Basement. He keeps coal in the basement. Dirty. Mining is a dirty job. Legendary. He is a legendary double bass player. Soap. He washed his hands with the soap. Toxic. Illegal drugs are toxic. Knife. Use a knife to cut the cake into pieces. Terrible. What a terrible crime. Nowhere. He's nowhere to be found. Ceiling. He hated painting the ceiling. Athletics. He is really good at athletics. Apart. These towns are many miles apart. Silence. Her shout broke the silence. Texture. Silk has a smooth texture. Closed. The shop is already closed. Relief. What a relief. Rage. His face turned red with rage. Crown. The crown was made of platinum. Pupil. About 50 pupils study English here. Flour. Add more flour to that dough. Fantastic. That book is really fantastic. Skull. He fell and fractured his skull. Draw. This penis draws huge crowds. Pan. Cook the rice in a large pan. Veteran. My grandpa is a Vietnam veteran. Boil. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Eager. She is eager to travel abroad. Surname. My surname is Jones. Boss. I must go and ask my boss. Aboard. There were only 5 passengers aboard. Hardly. He hardly ever goes fishing. Plate. You put too much food on my plate. Dear. Mark was my dear friend. Well-known. He is a well-known politician. Negative. She answered in the negative. Balloon. The balloon went up. Fool. Don't touch that wire, you fool. Naked. People are born naked. Antique. She collects antiques. Criticize. His book is widely criticized. Informal. A informal meeting. Driver. He is a driver. Alike. They think alike. Orbit. The satellite is now in orbit. Fake. The Picasso you've bought is a fake. Embassy. Where is the American embassy? Toe. I stubbed my toe on the wall. 30. April has 30 days. Cloudy. The weather is cloudy today. Icy. She gave him an icy look. Altogether. That'll be 30 pounds altogether. Geography. He studied physical geography. Ruler. Pilate was a brutal and cruel ruler. Pen. Fill out the form in pen. Thorough. The research was very thorough. Earring. She was wearing beautiful earrings. Administer. She administers the funds. Hammer. I hit my finger with a hammer. Rise. The prices have risen again. Cartoon. My children love watching cartoons. Pursuit. They were after me in hot pursuit. Cap. All workers must wear caps. Error. She was quick to point out my errors. Color. What color are his eyes? Explode. The champagne bottle exploded.